So, following up on the shooting that happened in Washington, D.C. earlier today, in which two members of the West Virginia National Guard were popped and are now in critical condition fighting for their lives, I just wanted to take a second to remind the people that this was a completely avoidable situation that did not need to happen like this. But it did, and there are only two people you could blame for this situation. The first is obviously the shooter. The second is the President of the United States of America. Yes, I do not take the words that are about to come out of my mouth lightly, but they need to be said because this is some bullshit. Donald Trump is ultimately the man responsible for those two National Guard members getting shot. It's that simple. Because they would not have been in the District of Columbia if not for him and his bullshit ass orders. Them boys is from West Virginia. What the fuck they doing out here? Those people who are currently fighting for their fucking life, if not for Donald Trump, would be home with their families right now, getting ready for Thanksgiving. But instead, they in the hospital. And it's for bullshit ass reasons. The District of Columbia was not as crime-ridden as Donald Trump would like you to believe. And take it from me, I'm in D.C. every other day. It was never so bad that they had to deploy the military or the National Guard to get it under control. I'm telling you this for a fact. Motherfuckers for sure was not out here busting at the police. I'm telling you. But thanks to this man's ineptitude, his egregiously fragile ego, and lack of leadership, he politicized an organization that's supposed to be apolitical. And as a result, these people were targeted. Someone came into the District of Columbia with the sole intention of popping National Guard members, and they accomplished their mission. Ultimately, the moral of the story here is this. When your bread is buttered by inflammatory and dangerous rhetoric that you then peddle to lunatic, when you do nothing, right, but stoke fear and divisiveness amongst the people you're supposed to be leading, it will always devolve into violence. Always. It don't take no fucking rocket scientist to see this shit, bro. And last point before I get up out of here. Donnie is 100% going to use this as justification to deploy more members of the National Guard to the district, right? But it's worth noting that we're in November. These people been here all summer and nothing happened. And I guarantee you, when we start finding out more information about the shooter, we gonna find that he came from outside the district, outside the region even. Watch. I'll put money on it.